This video is about the property of rational functions. In this lesson, we want to use a diagram I called diary to memorize the properties of rational functions. D stands for domain. A stands for asymptote line. Stand for vertical asymptote line. And a horizontal asymptote line. Then oblique asymptote line. H stands for the whole of rational functions. R stands for root. Y stands for y-intercept. So how you figure out the domain of this rational function f of x? Make sure for original rational function, your denominator q of x not equal to 0. Only for domain, you need to use the original function. Rest of these items, you can use all simplified function. Just remember, only domain, you have to use the original function. What's the difference between original function and a simplified functions? For rational function, when the common factor is reduced, we got a simplified function. Therefore, if there is no common factor, then the original function will be the same as a simplified function. Therefore, the vertical asymptote line and a domain will be the same. For example, this rational function, no common factor to be reduced. Therefore, domain, you will write down 2x minus 5 not equal to 0, x not equal to 5 over 2. Your vertical asymptote line, you will set up 2x minus 5 equal to 0. Then the x equals 5 over 2. If for a rational function, there is a common factor, like this one, x plus 5, x plus 5. After you reduce, you will get a 2x plus 6 over x plus 4 squared. We call this is a original function. This is a simplified function. When you're looking for domain, you will set up an original function x plus 5, x plus 4 squared not equal to 0, which means x not equal to negative 5 and negative 4. But when you're looking for vertical asymptote line, you have to use this simplified function. Only set up x plus 4 squared equal to 0. Therefore, x equals negative 4 will be the vertical asymptote line. So for vertical asymptote line of rational function, make sure it's a simplified rational function and make a denominator equal to 0. Then x equals constant will be the vertical asymptote line. When you graph a rational function, then you will draw this x equals constant in this graph. We call this is a vertical asymptote line. This will be the horizontal asymptote line. How to work out horizontal asymptote line? There are two methods. You can use limit of leading terms of numerator over denominator of this rational function. That is this one. Or by comparing this n and m, you can get a horizontal asymptote line of a rational function. What's the oblique asymptote line? Basically, oblique asymptote line is a linear function. When we do long division of these rational functions, the quotient is a linear function. Then we got oblique asymptote line. If we want the quotient is a linear function, we have to make x n minus m equals to x to the first power. In other words, we have to make n equals m plus 1. In other words, the numerator of rational function has one more degree than the denominator. Then we have an oblique asymptote line. For this graph of rational function, this will be oblique asymptote line. That is y equals 1/2 x plus 3. How did you get oblique asymptote line for this rational function is y equals 1/2 x plus 3. Let's work that out. Since the denominator is a linear function, we can use synthetic division this time. Set up 2x minus 2 equal to 0, so x equal to 1. We set up 1. Then we got the 1, 5, negative 4. You will get the 1. Multiply is 1, 6. Then multiply here is a 6. This is a 2. This will be remainder. And we have x squared. This is a x. But don't forget, we have a number beside this x. Even your root is integers. Since we have number beside this x, you have to divide it by 2. Then you will get the y equals 1/2 x plus 3. This will be the oblique asymptote line. So we need to remember oblique asymptote will be y equals the quotient. For horizontal asymptote line and oblique asymptote line, just remember either or neither. They never happen at the same time. Let's talk about whole. Common factor will be the keywords for the whole of rational functions. Reduce the common factor to get a simplified rational function. Then you set up the common factor equals 0, plug into simplified rational function. Then when you sketch the graph, you will make an open circle on the graph of rational functions like this. For example, we have common factor x plus 5 reduce. You will get a simplified rational function like this. How you get the whole? You set up x plus 5 equal to 0. This x equals negative 5. Now you need to plug this negative 5 into this simplified rational functions. You will get 2 times negative 5 plus 6 over negative 5 plus 4 squared. That is negative 4. Therefore, negative 5, negative 4 will be the whole. Therefore, common factor will be the keywords for whole, and remember you plug into simplified rational function. Let's talk about roots. We have another three terms to describe roots, zeros, x-intercepts, and solutions. How to figure out the roots? Make sure it's a simplified functions and make numerator equal to 0. For example, what's the roots for these rational functions? First of all, you have to reduce. You will get 2x plus 6 over x plus 4 squared. For this simplified rational function, we set up numerator equal to 0. Then x equals -3. So for the root, it will be -3, 0. Now let's go to last one, y-intercept. Just remember f of 0. Make all x into 0, then plug in. That's all. This is a very nice diagram for you to remember the property of rational functions. We call this is a diary.